My first unboxing that I'm gonna do. It's got a bunch of little stuff in it. It's got a plane, it's got some batteries, and I think it's got a couple other things. So we're gonna open this up and see what we got in here. I know it's supposed to have the Bixler. Got a little bit of a dent on the one side. It looks pretty well packed. So I haven't opened it yet, so we're gonna open it. I bought, this is like the 6th thing that I bought from HobbyKing. And they've always been pretty good. I've never really had too many complaints. I had a plane one time I bought last year, and it came broken. And I think it was more in the, when it got here. I think it was more the post office fault than it was HobbyKing's. It's got good packaging, as we can see. It's got a lot of foam, and it's packed pretty good. It's got all the bubble wrap. I love popping this stuff. So we'll save that for later. Alright, got some goodies in here. Let me adjust this down so we can see what we got in the box. Alright, so we got some props that I bought. That's right, I got some props for one of my little jets. So we got them. And they come with the spacers, so that they'll fit different. I had to order, I got these from the United States, HobbyKing, where you can buy it in the United States. Excuse me. But I had to buy the prop savers from China. So I ordered them, and they're on their way. I'm really happy that we have the one in the United States, because it makes it a little easier to get your stuff, and it is a little quicker. And the other thing is, they're starting to get really good with their shipping fees. Before, it cost a lot of money. Even when you got it from the United States, they were tending to charge you the same amount of shipping as if you were getting it from China. But now they're starting to get that sorted out. So I'm really happy with HobbyKing. I've bought, like I said, 6 times. To go back to that plane, I had bought a cooter, which is a water plane, an amphibian. And when it got here, the box was in the driveway, and it was all taped up. And I opened it up, and it was just totally destroyed. The wings were busted. The canopy was gone. The cockpit was all smashed. There was just nothing left to the plane. So I had called, well, I emailed HobbyKing, and they actually took care of the amount of money it cost for the plane. And they give me credit, which I turned around and I ended up buying some other stuff. And they took care of it. When I went to the post office, on the other hand, they denied everything. They said they didn't do it, the package wasn't damaged, but yet when it was in the yard, it was. So I didn't get any satisfaction from the post office. But HobbyKing sure did take care of me. Then with this package, I ordered it, and they didn't ship it out right away. So I sent them a, you have to write out a ticket on their website. And so when I got the ticket, I sent it out to them, and they quickly responded back, and they said they were looking at it. And within a couple days, they had wrote me another email saying that they had shipped it. And so I can't complain. I have found this company to be good. I've read a lot of reviews on HobbyKing, and there's a lot of negative reviews. But so far with my experiences, it's been all positive. So I got 4 servos here. These are the 9-gram Turnigies. And I'll let you get a close-up of these. And the prices are very reasonable also. So that's those. And then I also have I had to get an ESC for this particular plane. And that is, I believe it's a 20 amp. Yeah, it's a 20 amp ESC. And then I had gotten a battery for my 9-channel controller. So there that is. And I believe that might have been some of the problem, because they're having a trouble with their shipping of batteries from China. They said it's not affecting the United States if you buy from the United States one. But, you know, if they're having trouble shipping it to customers, I'm sure they're having trouble shipping it to their warehouse in the United States as well. But they are getting it figured out, and that's great. All right. Excuse me. Now for the plane, it's a Bixler 2. And I looked at a lot of the reviews, and E-Flight has a review, and they said they actually like the first one a little better because it's faster. But I'm pretty new in the hobby. I've got a few planes, and I've flown a few times, but I'm not going to say that I'm an expert by no means, because I'm still learning. And I think it takes a long time to really learn to be good, unless you have a lot of time to do nothing but fly. So, let's open this up. And this one has a bigger wingspan than the Bixler 1. This one's got a lot bigger wingspan. Oh yeah, it's well packed, and I'm really happy. Here's a carbon spar, and then here's one of the wings. And as you can see, it's individually wrapped, so therefore it's going to be a little less to be damaged. Now they said, yeah, it does. They said on the thing that it came with the ailerons, but if you wanted flaps, you had to add them. Now, the only reason you want the flaps is if you were going to do a payload, like a FPV. That's that. Here's the rudder. This is a nice sized plane. As you can see, the wingspan, let me see if I can get this together. If I can get in here a little bit, it is a pretty long, a pretty nice wingspan. As you can see, it's got to be close to 5 foot. And then the fuselage, and it's got a spar. It's nice. Let me take this out. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like it because the prop is in the back, which is nice for when you're first starting out, that you're not going to be smashing into the ground and damaging that prop or that motor. So it's really nice. I really like this. It seems pretty durable. And then they say this canopy should come off, which, look at that. It does. It's got magnets. That's another thing that I like. It's got the magnets. HobbyKing seems to make pretty good product. I enjoy their products. Like I said, I've bought them. I think this is like my third plane from HobbyKing, and I really enjoy the way they're made. They're built nice. The cooter, I did glue that back together, and I've flown that thing I don't know how many times and wrecked it I don't know how many times, and you know, it's even though it came damaged and I glued it together, it still flew, and everything was optional. It was all working. But yeah, this is a really nice plane. I really enjoy the markings on it. The canopy, I like that it's got magnets, and it's got a little clip here, so it can clip into your plane in the front. And yeah, it snaps on really easy. It's going to be a fun plane, I think, to fly. I think it's going to be a fun plane to build. I'm looking forward to maybe building, I want to get to where I can build a regular balsa wood plane. But for now, these styrofoam planes are really nice. When I first started back a few years ago, they had just come out with the electric motors, and you know, they just didn't have that power. They didn't seem to really work that well, but now they've really got the stuff together that the motors are just as powerful as the gas. They last just as long as the gas. And the other thing nice is you don't have to worry about trying to start them. You just plug a battery in and you're ready to go. And they give you some glue, and they give you a nice size prop. They said that they upgraded the prop too. They made the prop bigger from the Bixler 1. The Bixler 1 prop was a lot smaller, but they had made this a little bigger prop. Actually, they give you some several throws for the, oh yeah, these are for the flaps. They give you the little throws for the flaps, and they give you some glue, and they actually give you some Velcro for your battery, and they give you some other goodies in there. Really nice. And then they give you, also you get a little brochure, so you'll be able to know how to put this together. But what I found out is a lot of times if I have any questions, I don't worry about the manuals too much, because sometimes it just don't tell you what you want to know. And I've even had a few that were just Chinese, and I don't read Chinese. So I go on the internet, and you can either download them in English, or you can go to YouTube, and there'll always be someone showing you how to build the plane. I don't know. I might do a video on building this one. I just don't know yet. Like I said, this is my first time unboxing a video. But yeah, it's a Bixler 2. Can you see that? Bixler 2. And it's a really nice plane. You can go to eflight.com and or testflight, I'm sorry, testflight.com, and actually there's a guy on there. His last name is Bixler. His first name I think is Josh, and he's all excited because his name Bixler. And he did the review. They do the review on the first one, I believe. So you can go check them out also. But I think it's going to be a nice plane. I like it. I like planes that are big. I like planes that I can see in the air because, like I said, I'm not that good at it. And the bigger the plane, the easier it is to fly. And a plane that flies a little slower is usually good too. When you get into the jets and the smaller planes, they're faster moving, they're faster response. And if you're not that good at flying, they're faster to fall into the ground, and then you'll be repairing them more than if you got a little bit bigger plane. So if you're new to the hobby, try to find a bigger plane, one that's a little bit more of a slow flyer. They call them trainers. And my first plane was a Cub, and I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like was it was a 3-channel, and so you couldn't really fly it as nice as if you had a 4-channel. If you don't have the ailerons, it's harder to get that plane to level out when it's flying, because when you turn, your plane tends to it'll go nose down and turn. And if you only have a 3-channel, you have to rely on your rudder to get you back straight again. Where if you have a 4-channel. And this is my first review, my first open box review. And like I said, I might do a build video. My name is John, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm pretty new to the hobby, but I'm looking forward to learning. So if there's any hints or tips, please leave them below. Let me know what you think. Thank you. And you all have a good day and have fun flying.